Alright, boys, welcome back to the video. Today we talk about why CJ McCollum should get traded to the Houston Rockets this offseason, what he sort of provides to this Rockets team, and what the Rockets would give up in exchange for CJ McCollum. So what's up? My name is Jae'sean. If you guys like the video, drop it down below, press the subscribe button, and let's get into the video. So CJ McCollum is definitely an interesting player when it comes to Portland's tradable assets because, quite honestly, he definitely is their best tradable asset alongside, obviously, maybe Robert Covington and Jusuf Nurkic. But I definitely see CJ McCollum having a ton of trade value in the offseason, man. Just considering the fact that what he's doing right now in the offseason, or basically in the postseason, has been absolutely horrendous. I mean, he's averaging 20.6 points, so 21 points. 6 rebounds and 5 assists on basically 44% from the field and 35% from 3. He's been absolutely horrendous in this series against the Nuggets. I mean, he hasn't had one standout game at all. I mean, if you really look at the games from basically versus the Denver Nuggets, I mean, last game, 18 points, 7 assists, 7 rebounds. Now, you will say it's basically a good stat line. I mean, 2 blocks in the steal, but his shooting splits were absolutely horrendous, shooting 7 of 22 from the field, which is 31%, and 2 of 8 from 3, which is 25%. So absolutely horrendous game from CJ. I mean, even before that, he's been dropping 21 points, 4 rebounds, 8 assists, but on 9 and 19 shooting and 2 of 6 from 3. So his shooting splits were absolutely horrendous in this series. I mean, over the series, he's been shooting 46.8% from the field and 39% from 3, which is, it's actually like pretty good. But I mean, like, he hasn't shown up in the playoffs, especially in crunch time at all. I mean, no wonder like the Blazers are down 3-2 right now, because for the most part it's been mostly CJ McCollum's fault that they haven't been able to get it going on offense. I mean, when CJ's on the floor, he can't run an offense by himself. I mean, he really tries, but he just can't. I mean, he gets a lot of floaters to go, a lot of layups, a lot of, I guess, mid-ranges, but for the most part, he's not that clutch player. He isn't. He's never will be, and he's just not good in the crunch time. So I definitely think that he should get traded to the Rockets. I mean, if you got traded to the Rockets, you get more free run, you get more freedom on offense. I mean, I think he would work pretty well with Steven Silas. I mean, there were some rumors that were going around. I mean, when the James Harden trades were going on, I mean, I think there was a mock draft, or not necessarily a mock draft, but there was basically like a lot of trade rumors saying James Harden would get traded to the Portland Trail Blazers for basically like CJ McCollum. I mean, who else would they give up? I mean, probably Covington, Simons. I don't really know, but if CJ McCollum got traded to the Houston Rockets, I mean, he definitely would get a lot of sets, a lot of plays ran for him. I mean, in Portland, they only really run sets for Damian Lillard and sometimes CJ, but not really too much. I mean, they also ran plays for Norm Powell, Robert Covington to get open threes, spot up shoot threes, and just basically like getting a lot of shots for Covington and Norm Powell. So getting CJ McCollum on the Rockets would definitely give him more free run, a lot of more plays. I mean, he will obviously be playing beside John Wall and KPJ. I mean, I'd imagine we'd still bring KPJ off the bench next year if we traded for CJ McCollum. I mean, it just makes the most logical sense. But, or maybe we put like, I'm guessing we put KPJ at the 3 and then Tate at the 4. I mean, that would be the most ideal. But KPJ is not really a 3. He's more of a 2 at best. I mean, he's a true shooting guard at best. So wouldn't make any sense. So CJ McCollum on the Rockets would be absolutely great, man. I mean, his 3-point shooting and his, I guess, driving ability is pretty good for this Rockets team. I mean, I think he would play pretty well beside John Wall. You know, John Wall can run the offense, get CJ McCollum open threes, and then obviously when John Wall's on the floor, get CJ McCollum some runs with KPJ. I mean, KPJ off the bench with that playmaking ability, give it to CJ McCollum. I mean, like, that duo would work, and John Wall and CJ McCollum would work too. So I definitely think it would work in Houston. Now, in terms of what the Rockets would give up for CJ McCollum, I mean, I was thinking about this a lot in class yesterday. I mean, CJ McCollum to the Houston Rockets, like, it definitely would make sense, but I don't know if the Rockets have enough trade value or at least trade assets to give to Portland. I mean, I was thinking about maybe giving Gordon, I mean, like Tate, but I feel like Tate would be too much. I mean, I'd get Gordon in there because if they give Gordon to the Portland Trail Blazers, they'd move Norman Powell up to the 2, and then probably I want to see Robert Covington to the 3, and then Carmelo at the 4, and then have Eric Gordon come off the bench as their 6th man. I mean, that's what I'd imagine. I mean, I think we'd also give a few first-round picks. I mean, probably like 2 to 1, maybe a second, maybe Eric Gordon 2 firsts. I don't know. There's definitely a lot of trade packages we can develop, I guess, but there's definitely a lot we could. I mean, we could do Eric Gordon and David Nwaba. I mean, they would get Nwaba because it gives them a lot of good defense, a lot of offense, so it would make sense for them to get Nwaba. Gordon, good 6-man type of player. Basically can shoot the 3. He still can play some defense. He's only 32, so definitely could help them win right now. But I just don't see like the Trailblazers doing that because honestly, like, they might as well just keep CJ McCollum if they want to go for a playoff push, especially if they want to go to the championship, man. Because if they trade CJ, man, like they're gonna have to find a new shooting guard that's basically the same level, like maybe even better than CJ. So definitely would be hard. I mean, they could put Norman Powell there too, but Norman Powell's not the same level as CJ, man. I mean, as crazy as that sounds, Norman Powell's not the same player as CJ. I'm saying that right now. I mean, CJ can definitely shoot the three ball better than him. I mean, even the last game he shot 25%, but Norman Powell's just not the player CJ is. So I'm just gonna say that right now. So definitely, like, they definitely should look to trading CJ McCollum in this offseason, because it's definitely apparent that CJ is just not a good fit on this Portland team. I mean, we definitely can't blame Terry Stotts and the coaching staff, but I just don't see CJ McCollum staying on this team for more than 2 seasons at best. I mean, he's 29 years old. He's gonna be 30 pretty soon. I mean, in June actually, he's gonna be 30. So definitely, we definitely need to see. Well, not June actually. He's gonna be 30. I want to say in September actually. So they definitely should look to move him in the offseason at best, maybe during the next season, but it might be too late by then. I mean, by the time that they wait, they're going to be knocked out of the first round. Basically, they might be knocked out of the first round today if they lose. So they definitely should look to trade CJ McCollum pretty quickly, or at least like get someone. I don't know, man. I mean, like CJ McCollum's situation in Portland right now is definitely something we need to look at, and definitely something they need to address. I mean, they should be giving Rondé Hollis Jefferson more minutes too. I mean, by trading CJ McCollum, it definitely gives more minutes to people off the bench. I mean, obviously Rondé, Harry Giles could get some more runs. I mean, there's a lot of good guys on this roster. I mean, there's just like CJ McCollum's taking a lot of minutes and not doing that much. So they definitely should look to get another shooting guard. I definitely would like a CJ and KPJ trade. I mean, CJ in exchange for KPJ, like that'd be pretty cool. But obviously, KPJ is the cornerstone of the Rockets. I mean, that's the future right there. 21 scored 50 and 10. I mean, so obviously that wouldn't happen, but definitely would be really interesting. So that's the end of the video. If you guys like the video, drop it in the below, press the subscribe button, and I'm out. Peace.